220. Bike life. My fam told me welcome to Cali 1 million. I'ma show you how we do it in the Bay and Vallejo. Deano, I see you. Only with these cars, this money, these bras. Right. But these bikes, you hear me? We be on 2's. I be on 2's. Covering more ground than track shoes. Ask about it, extra, view the news. We be on 2's. Hogging the lane, Bogart, no excuse. Down the middle, zipping, sliding wet on Zoom. No excuse, we on 2's.
Alright, once again, y'all, we are on 2's. You know what I mean? I want to welcome my guest, Vidal, a town legend in my eyes. You know what I mean? Vidal, man, I really appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. And one thing I love to say is I called, I asked, you answered, you said, yeah, no hesitation. To me, that's, you got a friend for life in me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I appreciate that, man. Just that you took out the time to come here on the show and share what you're doing. This is his book, you know, and I'm deep in it. It's a great book, man. Find it wherever you can find it. Where can they get it at, by the way?
You get it at Amazon.com, and we have a paperback, and then it's able for digital download on Kindle. And we got the audiobook is coming soon on Audible.
Right. All right. I was listening to somebody was telling me poor people watch TV, rich men, they read. So pick a book up, man. Read a book and enjoy it. That's what I've been doing lately. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't read a book in a long time, and just to sit back and read, you know, I throw my little glasses on, man, and I get to it, you know. I read out loud, and it's a good book, man. That thing touched on. It's like my diary you got right there, man.
Right.
A lot of guys' diary. What inspired it?
Well, I mean, what inspired it is, if you know, I don't know if you knew, but my grandmother club is Miss T's on 87, about 4 doors down from the Dragons.
I didn't know that.
So my grandmother bought that building in 1968 before the Dragons even bought theirs.
Right.
And so before I was even born, I was born in 72. So basically, you know what I'm saying, I was born into
world.
Harley Davidson, zooming up the street. Then my grandfather, my parents, they was cool with the members. You know what I mean?
Right.
Baby Daddy Shinny was one of my grandfather's best partners.
Right.
Toby Jean, you know what I mean? He grew up in Sobrani Park. My mom and dad, they from Sobrani.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? It's just, and then I always been into the motorcycle stuff. I actually bought my first Harley Davidson when it wasn't no helmet law.
I remember it, but it was a soft tail, wasn't it? I remember it,
Yeah, so that was 90, 91, 92. I think they came with the helmet law around 92, 93.
And started charging $1 million for it. Helmet wasn't $20 before then.
So back then, you know, I was riding my soft tail, which you turn your baseball hat backwards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Different from the Ninja. You put on, when you're on the Ninja, you put the sock over your shoe because the shifter always dirty up your shoe. So, you know what I mean? I bought my first bike back then. I probably had 10 bikes since then.
Yeah. How old was you on your first bike? See, it was young. Like
21.
Yeah.
21.
Young man with a haul.
Yeah.
That meant a lot back then, man.
It did. But it was crazy because it wasn't, you know, like the Dragons and what's the other club now?
The Zodiacs.
And the Zodiacs.
Yeah.
So them was like the only 2 black clubs, but the Dragons was, you know, all Harley Davidson's own.
If you mixed Oakland, you from Oakland, period. That's part of our bloodline.
So, you know, I got inspired by actually one of the characters in there is Q. So, I mean, you know, Quentin from the Dragons who passed away was a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I know him as well.
So I kind of just named that character. The character don't have nothing to do with his character.
Right.
I just like B-Back. That's my uncle. He was in the Shadows of the Night.
Is he one of the characters in the book?
Yeah, B-Back is in the book. And then Albie, he was another one. He was with my cousin. And he was in the Blackjacks.
Right. I ain't never heard of them.
Yeah, they from Modesto.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
They from Modesto. So, you know, I just kind of,
out to them.
and you know, so the characters' names don't reflect the characters in the book with who those people were. I just wanted to name everybody that meant something to me, just give them a part.
Right.
In the book.
Well, I don't know who Deano came from for you, but my name is man. So you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know, it ain't me, but it's gonna be me from here on out.
Yeah.
But it's a good read, man. It's a good book. get the opportunity, man, go get it. Support him as a black man, first of all, and the book is great. It's well written,
Right.
well thought out. How long did it take you, by the way?
Man, I started writing that book in maybe 2014.
Right.
So
Wow.
it wasn't just me. It was, you know what I mean? I couldn't take all of the credit. I had all the ideas and everything, and then my son's mom, she had did a book before about cheerleading. So she kind of knew the whole format and the process of how to do it. So, you know, we got together, you know what I mean, and she fine-tuned it. Like I put all my thoughts down, I put stuff down, and we sit up and we go back and forth, and, you know.
What's her name?
Tamika.
How many arguments y'all had over this dang book?
We didn't really have no argument.
No.
I mean, because we kept changing. Like, you know, first it was in first person, then it went to third person.
Right.
And it was like, you know what I mean. So it wasn't really no arguments.
I
It was
like
just,
how you did the names. I didn't mean to cut you off, Taylor. You know, each person's
right.
portion or their story. You got their name on there, and it starts their story, and you read what they're saying. So I found myself being each character.
Right.
Even Lil Q. I like that little dude, man.
Yeah. See, because it was, I mean, it's like I said, it's not, I mean, it's a fiction story, so it's not a true story. But, I mean, all of the characters is derived from stuff that we've experienced, the people we know. You know what I mean? So that's why you relate with everybody, because we from the environment that they was created from the environment we grew up in, one way or the other. Somebody you knew when you was 20, somebody you know now, somebody you knew that was messing with your sister.
Correct. I often say that too about people you meet. You meet the same people all your life, just in a different skin.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You point this person, that's that dude, that's that dude. You know, you can, every time you meet somebody new, you can almost define their character. Not all the time, you know, because life and growth, it changes you, you know. So I don't even need to know your sign. I can read your character, you know,
Right.
I know who you are. So that's a real good thing, man.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, so I want to thank you for, you know, inviting me down here. Like I said, you called, quickness, I made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've been, you know, if for those that don't know, you know, I was an artist from a rap group, The Delinquents.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, I mean, the entertainment and all of that is, you know, and I know what it takes for promotions and marketing. And you know what I mean? I seen you doing your thing. I had watched your show. So when you called, I instantly was like, man, I got to support the brother.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and then I thought about that when I was reading the book, because, you know, I don't mimic or copy people. I give them their flowers, is what we like to say on this show. So I'm going to give you flowers, but I knew that being an artist, I wouldn't say it was easy, because all your work is hard work, you know.
Right.
But to be a storyteller, you know what I mean? I know that helped a lot by being able to do this story. And plus, like you say, knowing those people or knowing those type of people. So
Right.
I know it was pretty smooth for you to do this, man. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
Man, I like it. You know, it's like I don't know, I didn't read it up and down. I don't know how many times I read it, but what I'm looking forward to now is the audio book.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be awesome.
the audio book is the next phase of the book. So we got Casual from the group Hieroglyphics, Souls of Mischief, who
I remember them, man.
91
I was going to say 1990 something.
Yeah, so we got Casual, he did the voiceover, so he's doing the read, but it's more of a theater of the minds type of listen. So you hear motorcycles, you hear background, you hear cars, you hear streets, you hear birds chirping, you hear music playing on the radio while they riding in the car talking. So it's gonna be a theater of the mind type of situation, whereas if you was in the bed kicking back in the dark with your headphones on and close your eyes, you can visualize through listening what you're listening to.
I love different things. And what you're doing for me, I know it's been heard of or done, but it's different. And it's things we need in our lives, some change up, you know, because I don't know, I wasn't there, but there wasn't TV before. I'm pretty sure, you know, in 1930 something, you know, didn't
Right.
they watch TV that, I mean, you know, they listened to the radio.
Yeah, they listen to games on the radio.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you remember back in them days, they listened to the football, baseball
Baseball,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, just like everybody go to watch the game, everybody come over to listen. They
Man,
just listen.
You should do something like that too.
Yeah.
When it come out, man, I would love it. If you don't have nowhere else to host it,
Yeah.
you know you welcome here. And I tell you, you got a friend for life in me, man.
Oh,
Man, come on. You no hesitation. You got here like fast in a hurry. You said what day, when, what time. Then when you said where, I was kind of afraid to say Vallejo. I'm like, that might turn him off, you know, because my show, it ain't on the road. I can't come to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got my man Curly, photographer. He's great. You guys look him up too. I don't want to already have him going to several different places, you know.
Right.
So the fact that you came out, man, is awesome. You don't have to be in a club or a biker. You know what I mean? For me to relate to what's going on in this book, man.
Right.
Awesome. In your next book, because I want to manifest. It'd be so many copies of this book, or so many, what do they call it, trilogies, or something like where it goes on and on, or even to your next book, man. I manifest nothing but greatness in it.
Well, hopefully, if things go right, it'll get turned into a movie, and you can watch
it. And we live it. Not only, we can relate to it. It's our life. You know what I mean? We ain't just listening to this.
Right.
Not like you said. Some of these characters, of course, it's a fictional book. But some of these stories has happened in your lifetime to where you can blend it in.
I mean, it's just like rap. You know what I mean? You listen to somebody with a rap song. That's fiction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just laid over a beat. Everybody act like it ain't fiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's just when you get older and more mature, you think differently. Because I rapped.
Mm-hmm. But
you know what I mean? Now the dichotomy of laying a verse on a beat, if I said that same verse in the back of the police car, I'd be a snitch.
Come on, man.
But nowadays the youngsters, they lay the verse that they would be telling the police. If they told the police that verse, they would be snitching.
They are, by putting it in the music.
But then when they put the record out, the first thing they say is somebody telling them.
Right. Period. That goes to show you our generation from the new to the new generation, it's definitely changed.
Right.
I grew up listening to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I Short, everybody that we both probably grew up listening to. I had a buddy out of New Orleans, and when I said your name, he had no idea what I was talking about. When I said delinquents, he knew exactly what I was talking about. You know? Yeah.
So that's all that is, man. It's just another form of what we do on the microphone. You know what I mean? But it's just on paper.
It's on paper. Yeah.
It's on paper. So
and now it's in a book.
Yeah.
And I can't stress it more and more. Go get this, man. Do something different. Take out an hour, 2 hours out the day to read this book and others. And I think it's good for the mind. I don't care if it's your Bible you pick up. Get a verse. But it's definitely this right here, man. Has said a whole bunch to me, and I'm not even finished the book. And I can't tell y'all because I want y'all to go get it. But if I see Soda, he better be glad he fixed me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm about ready to kill the man, but go get this book and enjoy it,
We be on tour.
This man just told me he support me, and he saw the show, and I didn't know, and that gave me a chill in my stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To know that.
I seen the one with T-Cone.
Yeah, it's a good dude.
Yeah.
T-Cone got a lot of knowledge. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, he got a lot of knowledge.
We go way back.
Okay, yeah.
Way back.
He's willing to share the knowledge, and his favorite word is protocol. And we need that on the set, and we need it in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Period. Even this book is a learning situation of who not to be or who to be.
Yeah.
Or is this me? I looked on it, okay, who am I in this book? You know what I mean? And would I be this guy, and it helps you fix yourself. It depends on who you are as a person.
Right.
But you can relate to this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you say, protocol. It's another word for integrity.
Right.
You know what I mean? That we don't have in our community. It's like we fall short of integrity.
Yeah, definitely. I call it the lost generation right now.
But when you old school, it's still like T-Cone, that group, our era. You know what I mean? We stand on it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna have integrity no matter what I do, and I'm gonna stand on it.
Right.
And I tell people like integrity is something that you do when ain't nobody looking.
Period.
That's integrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I find myself now, I know this don't have nothing to do with it, but I find myself coming out the grocery store and putting that basket in that little slot now.
Yeah.
You know, I could be in a room full of garbage, but I don't want to throw mine down. You know what I mean? The integrity, you know.
Right.
Have some respect and morals about everything you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just about what you do. I mean, you know what I mean? Because back in the days, we in the era now where it's we grew up in the era of grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have traditional grandparents today. I know people that their father and their grandfather and them are all in Santa Rita or the penitentiary at the same time.
All at the same time.
So, you know what I mean? Just you gotta lead by example and just stand on what you believe in, and just I you know what I mean? I can't live on my knees. So I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke. I'm not gonna run with the crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right, you ain't never been that type. You never.
Right.
Just from me knowing you from music.
And I think that's what we all need to do. Just, stand on yours. Stand on what you believe in, even if it ain't popular. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it ain't popular don't mean it ain't cool. I mean, somebody didn't think Martin Luther King was cool. Somebody didn't think Malcolm was cool.
Period.
But they stood on what they believed in, and it changed the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I could just change my inner circle,
Even
my
your
immediate
world.
family, then I didn't know. A guy told me this a while ago, and it always stuck with me. But he said, the sharpest cat in a room full of fools is the biggest fool, because he know better.
Give it to me again.
The sharpest cat in a room full of fools is the biggest fool,
Right.
because he the only one that knows better.
Right.
Everybody else don't know that they in a dysfunctional
Right.
situation. They think
Right.
this is just how it go. So if you submerge yourself in that environment and you know better, whatever you got coming, you kind of deserve
You're
it.
not coming. Wow. Yeah.
So you the biggest fool, because they not even aware that they out of pocket, that they operating out of moral compass. They not aware.
They don't know.
They don't know that.
And forgive them for what they
Right.
don't know. Or whatever. How it go? Yeah.
Right. But you know.
You know better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I mean?
And the punishment be worse. I mean, something small. I had a friend. She would cross that bridge and never pay that damn $5, $4, whatever it was. And one day I'm talking to myself, man. I was coming from church, I think. And I'm like, I'm always the one to do the right thing. And brother, I tell you the truth. I crossed that bridge without paying, and I got pulled over. Now I done rode this woman 30 times.
Right.
I know she owe $1 million. I went over there one time. And God was like, that's why you always do it.
Yeah, because you know better.
Because you know better.
That's why he got you, because you knew better.
Right. That was crazy. Just that small, but I'm just saying.
Right.
In life, you got to use everything. Everything's a lesson. Every person in this book, man, you can relate to and learn from. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to get back into this Body Baggers, the brotherhood.
We be on 2's.
All right, man, we back on 2's. And we got into this book. My man Vidal came out to share his book with us. And it's a great buy, great find, great book to read. And you can get it on Amazon. Body Baggers, The Brotherhood. Great book. It's about the motorcycle set. I've been on the set for 15, 16 years, man. And this book touches on a lot of what goes on the set. If you're not a biker, you'll learn a lot by just reading this book. Tell me a little bit about it. What's your favorite parts of it, or things that come to mind for you?
Well, I'll give you a synopsis on kind of overall what the book is about.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't know, Body Baggers, the Brotherhood, is a black African-American club that started in Oakland in the 1960s. And it's like on this third generation of heritage is picking up. So now you got the grandsons
Picking up, wow.
picking up where they left off.
Yeah.
So it's based out of Oakland, California, kind of similar to what the Dragons, Dragons was like one of the first African American fight clubs. So this book is not about the Dragons, of course, but it's about a black biker club that started in Oakland in the 1960s that was similar to the Dragons. You got two brothers that got a tumultuous relationship. They go through it. It's like idols become rivals, like Rick Ross say. So you got
jealousy and envy.
You got nephews, you got baby mamas, you got cousins, you got homeboys, you got everybody that get twisted up into this whole thing of gumbo that you got to go buy Body Baggers, the Brotherhood, to figure it out. Available on Amazon, Audible, for hardback and digital download on Kindle.
Yeah, it's a great book. I keep saying that because I've been reading it myself, and I'm so deep in it. I'm so far in it. You know, we got different characters. I like Allison and Janessa. Now I done seen a lot of them. She just, I mean, super thick, super fine, and super down for a man.
She's kryptonite.
She is.
She's kryptonite.
Yeah, and it kind of says that in the book.
Right.
How she'll turn a man's head and have you doing things you don't want to do. But she's so down with this other dude who's just, to me, is the envy. You know, so I heard about jealousy and envy. You're going to have to deal with it in life, period. Right. But envy that's dangerous.
Well,
jealousy you can deal with.
Well, you know, Janessa's one of her assets, right?
Mm-hmm. What is it?
She could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
And turn them in. I know in the part of the story it says so. One of them older dudes, what they call them,
the sugar daddy.
The sugar daddy, bought her some titties.
Yeah, they take care of
her. And she ain't got no problem with running around, showing them around to everybody in the motorcycle club. And I've seen that happen. Yeah, and it's great. And it was another character, Allison, humble person, and I don't want to spoil the book for nobody, but give me the Lil Q's girlfriend name, Sasha.
So Lil Q's girlfriend is Sasha.
Lil Q would be the main character's son.
One of the main characters, Big Q, has a son named Lil Q. So, Lil Q was a good kid. He didn't grow up in the hood. Mm-hmm. He grew up in the suburbs. But his father's, of course, is from
hood money.
Yeah, off hood money. You
right.
know what I mean? But his father, of course, is from Oakland. But just like, which is similar to our situation, we grow up in Oakland, but our kids is growing up in Antioch, Stockton, out. So they never really grew up in the hood. Right. Majority of them haven't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of that same situation of what we witnessed and how we grew up. And
and they claim your kids tend to claim the hoods that we grew up in, because that's where my dad was from. This is where I'm from, and not necessarily. No, you from Antioch out here, right. Man. Where what I went through, and I got these scars on me, so you wouldn't get these scars. Yeah,
Well, Lil Q, he's a good kid. He's good in sports, and he get faced with having to make some real tough decisions.
Grown man decisions. Yeah.
I mean, it comes to that point where he got to make some tough decisions to make. And you know it's tough if you're making a decision between your father and your uncle.
Spoiler alert. Oh man, I was mad that Sasha didn't get to say what she needed to say to Lil Q, man. I mean, this is a movie for your eyes. This is a movie for your eyes and for your brain, man. I can't wait till they make it into a movie. I'm gonna be the first one there.
Right.
Yeah, this Body Baggers, man, the Brotherhood, and that's how it go with us on this motorcycle set. Everybody know me. I'm on the motorcycle set, and we always scream Brotherhood. And on the back of here, I see it says loyalty and honor. We missing a lot of that nowadays, and I'm hoping this book will bring some of it back. It's really good. You can find it on Amazon, a few other places.
Yeah, it's Amazon. You can get it paperback on Amazon. You can get it digitally on Kindle, and then you have Audible that'll be available real soon. And the Audible version is going to be done with the voiceover by Casual from hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
We be on tour.
I want to definitely get my copy signed if you don't mind.
To Deano, not from the back. To
Not-
Deano, it's not from the back.
Yeah, mine is DEANO, okay? His was DINO, you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't got all of his situation yet. I just got a splash of him yet. And I hope that's it for him.
Yeah, you know, with Deano, he's a wingman.
He's loyal. It sounds like it.
Yeah, Deano's he's a wingman, but you got to pay attention to Soda.
Yeah, oh yeah, come on, man.
You gotta
I almost skipped some of his, man. Oh man. And I'm looking at the front of the book. Thank you, D Hill. And I'm looking here at the book here now, and didn't notice this gotta be Kryptonite.
Yes,
That's gotta be her. Look at that there, man.
Look
at that. You see her, and I done seen a lot of them out here. You know what I mean? But it would be an honor, man, if you would.
Yeah, that's that German chocolate. That's that German chocolate cake when you got diabetes that you know you're not supposed to touch.
You know you ain't supposed to touch it.
But you sneak in the kitchen late night and get you a few little spoonfuls.
Yeah. And she's dangerous, but I don't know how dangerous because I haven't finished the book. If you can sign this copy for me, man, I would really appreciate it, and I'm gonna hold it for a lifetime.
There you go, right there.
Thank you. We'll be right back. We'll be still talking about body baggers and giving a brother a shot. He's been famous in my eyes because, like you say, the delinquents went really far, and a lot of people know about him and heard your music. Good job on that too, man. If I never got to say it, y'all did great, and I'm humbled that you're here. We'll be right back.
We be on tour.
Right, we're back, man. We still talking about man Vidal, man, from the delinquents. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know this is off subject of the book, man, but your music was great, and we're gonna play a little bit at the end of the show. You know what I mean? And what was one of your favorite songs? All of them, huh?
Yeah, we got monumental songs. You know, I think our first song coming out that was the most monumental was Out of Control.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because Out of Control, if y'all know, that's the song that we did the Lake Berryessa picnic to. We did we shot the video. Yeah, me and Hub did that. And that was in Lake Berryessa, actually in Sassoon.
Right.
Sassoon Valley Road. Not Sassoon, but Sassoon Valley Road.
Man, Comanche and Berryessa, woo!
Yeah. So that was kind of what kicked it off. So of course that song is monumental.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had a long history. We put out a couple of independents. We signed to Priority Records back in the Master P, Mac 10, All From the High, Razzcast days. We was on Priority. We got off of Priority, and we continued to do independent. We put out Bosses Will Be Bosses.
I remember that as well.
And that was one of our best pieces of work.
Right.
And then after that, I kind of veered off. G-Stack did a couple of solo projects. I did a couple of solo projects. We didn't break up. We didn't have no fallout.
Right. I've never heard that.
Yeah, he just did some solo stuff. I did some solo stuff, and we just got grown and had kids and matured, and life happened.
Mm-hmm.
So in those days, I put out like V White, Perfect Timing was the album, and then I put out V White and the Politician was a couple of albums I put out, and
that did pretty good as well.
Yeah, that did good. And now leading up to now, where folks of today who wasn't around back in the 90s, the early 90s, who knew our stuff, they probably know us from dropping a couple of tracks on the Mechanics compilations that they put out. So Dot and Tweed, that's the Mechanics. They're really good friends.
Shout out to
me
them
and G.
well.
And so I think I'm So Oakland is probably one of the best things we did with them. Got over 1 million views right now.
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah. So.
What about G-Stack? How he's doing, man?
G-Stack doing good. G-Stack he did the Purple Project. No, the Purple Project was our mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
After that, when he did his solo thing, he kind of came out like with Purple Man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he did the George W. Kush, the Purple Reynolds. So he did a series of all purple type of projects, and we still good. We talk. We got a few songs that we putting together. We're gonna put together a project with the Mechanics actually.
You guys ever thought about doing like a reunion type show or anything like that? Performing again?
Well, I mean, a reunion wouldn't even feel genuine because we ain't never spread.
It never broke up.
Yeah, we ain't never broke up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just life happened.
Uh-huh.
You got kids, you know what I mean? I got priorities. Shit, you got real stuff going on. You got mortgages and taxes.
One of y'all got that big old boat.
That was me. I got the boat.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like I said, we still been working the whole time we've been working, we just ain't put nothing out. Like we got stuff in the archives with the Mechanics that we've been working on.
Right.
We just never put it out. So now we're coming to the point to where we finally picking what we want out of everything that we done laid, and we're gonna start releasing it.
Right. And y'all don't forget to get this book, support this black man, support him as an artist, and do yourself a favor. Body Baggers, Brotherhood, it's well worth it. And if you're on the set, you can learn from it, add to it, or use it. I'm gonna use some of this in some of my meetings, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just to talk about it. It's a great book, man. It's about a biker club, and they're going through the same things we go through. Like right now, I'm at the part where they getting ready to go to the Fresno bike run. They mentioned that. Right now, we're going to Bakersfield coming up.
Okay.
But everything they doing right now is getting prepared. You got to get shirts, and you got. I mean, this book is my diary, man. It's what we doing right now to this day, and we having a good time at it. You know, and I'm appreciative of the set. A lot of new guys on the set, and been doing their thing. I got a guest coming up. His name is Flip. He from the Goodfellas, man. They've been around. T. Combs, Goodfellas, remember? And then I remember 100 Plus.
Yeah, with Goodfellas, yeah, good. What's crazy is Flip. I don't know if he know the story, but Goodfellas was
The 100 Plus, right?
No, Goodfellas. The very first meeting was in my grandmother's club.
Oh, is that right? At her bar or wherever right there? Yeah.
Yeah. So the very first meeting, it was basically it was Hub, Skrilla, Mike, Dane.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it was about 5 of us, and we figured out and I think we did 2 meetings there. Then the third meeting was in Miss Kitty's.
Right.
Remember Miss Kitty's? Across the street from Jerry Burgers.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't get to go in there, but I know you're talking about.
So that was
around the corner.
That was before it came into fruition. Like it wasn't no vest, it wasn't a club, it was just all ideas at that point.
How long ago was that? Years.
When it first started out, man, that's shit.
Yeah.
It was
Goodfellas been
this was the idea that was incubated before it came what it turned into now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Even
when it actually materialized and came into a club, I wasn't in the club. I was just there like the first 2 or 3 meetings when we was figuring out bylaws, and that's when we came up with the $2,500. Maybe everybody gonna drop $2,500 because that's the way we gonna keep the riffraff out.
Right.
Like we was coming up with all of that, but then I didn't follow through with it only because, you know what I mean, I had kids and I had a whole lot of stuff going on in my life, and I didn't want to put myself in something that I couldn't commit to 100%.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It was still, but Skrilla, Hub, all them, they went on and got clubhouses and did all the, they did everything. Mm-hmm. But that you mentioned that name, that's a pivotal point when that all first happened. Miss T's Louisiana Playhouse on 87 East 14.
Right.
Was the incubation period of when that club
started coming around.
When it started, it wasn't nothing. I mean, it wasn't a patch. It wasn't a design. It was just the incubation period. And after that, they took it from there and cultivated it, and then shit, it turned into what it is now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's been a good, you know what I mean. But that's kind of growing up in Oakland. We all, you know, Les and them, kin folks, wise guys. Like we all connected.
We all connected some type of way.
We all
Every
connected.
club.
Yeah, we all connected. You know what I mean? But
sometimes related.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Different clubs, but that's my cousin, that's my brother, that's what, you know.
right.
It happens a lot.
So yeah, you know, man, just a shout out to all them clubs, man. You know, they did their thing, man. You know,
Yeah.
did their thing.
It
man.
brings unity.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
We be on 2's.
Yeah, so man, that's a good thing. A lot of information we got from you today, man, and I appreciate it again. You know, I would love to have you sign my wall here, man. Everybody I interview, I just ask them to sign a wall. And this wall, I don't care if I left this place. Guess what's coming with me?
right.
That wall coming with me to the new place because I'm manifesting a nightclub.
Okay.
I'm going to have it. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because I'm going to pray up on it and I'm going to work hard as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you could do me a good solid favor, man, and autograph a wall, I got you signed all kind of stuff, man. Everything but a check. Anywhere you want to put it, you see Gino been on here, Manny,
Come right
Queen
here
D
above
was
you.
here. There you go, right above your thing. Ooh. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it.
All right, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's get our last little shot in. I don't drink too much, man, but I'm gonna have me a little water. De-chilled, you don't mind? We can get something to drink, something to do. Yeah, you can give me that thing.
Is yours?
Got it. There you go. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I'll just have a shot of water. I'm gonna put mine in the glass too. I can be fancy too. Bingo like that there. And I want to thank you again, brother. And
Let me stand up.
yeah, I want to tell you prosperity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And blessings.
All right, baby.
All right. We'll be right back. Don't forget the book,
Body
Baggers, The Brotherhood. Hold it up.
I be on 2's. Covering more ground than track shoes. Ask about it. Extra, build a news.